Talkin' Sauce, episode 100.
It's a milestone, dude.
100.
It might just be a milestone.
This might be the milestone.
The milestone to end all other milestones,
To
or
end
the beginning.
The podcast. Oh, sorry. Different wavelength.
Can't wait to burn this mother down. This is the beginning of many more milestones for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Okay.
No, we're gonna do a lot of big things.
Yeah. We're back like we never left. Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. We got Squirrel, we got Jacob, and we also have Cody.
CD.
Hi, guys.
He's back.
2187.
Someone called. There was a picture on the milk cart, and they called the number. They had information on his
we've
whereabouts.
got him, actually.
He was like at the dog shelter.
I was standing outside of PNC until they let me in.
That's where the dog pound people got you. Yeah, they were like this close to putting Cody down. But we were like, no, we claim him. We claim him.
Found him sniffing around the doors at PNC, just trying to find a way in.
Living off extra storm brew.
That's awesome. That's hilarious. They don't sell it at enough places.
No,
I feel like
don't.
Megan can only get it at the Food Lion up the road. And
Did you go pick it up the other day when you picked up your free season ticket member mask?
I never did.
No, you never.
I never did. Never went. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm gonna get a refund or not.
Have they said anything about pushing that shit forward? Like,
Yeah, I mean
they deferred payments and then everyone gets. Whenever you can start picking, it's just like it just goes next season.
Oh, but it's not like what you got. You can't just be like, I still want that.
I never
season.
got to pick my seats. That's when shit got shut down. Was before someone like me would have been able to pick. So
you already had your seats though, right?
Yeah.
So you're
right. We're pretty much locked in.
And that's going to be I think that's going to be the messy part where you have people like Cody who are already got their shit set up. People like me who are coming in after the fact. That's usually the deal. Now they got people who are coming in after me.
Well, I'm sure that you're locked into a certain. I mean, there's
for sure. I'm gonna have priority over them. Right. I guess what I'm saying is those fuckers are fucked.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a whole season ahead of them of people who still need to pick their seats for the first time.
But you got to think about there's going to be a lot of people who have been going to games for their entire lives who are not going to go because of coronavirus stuff. So it's not going to be
like from now on. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, there are people who even in my position who have already had their stuff locked down who will probably ask for a refund just because they don't feel comfortable being in that large of an arena ever again.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's not just a comfortability thing so much as like they took my money and I haven't been able to use that value yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like I just might need that. I might need that back.
And a big reason you did it was for the outdoor game.
The only reason I did it.
Which may or may not ever happen.
That might never. We don't even know, right?
I don't know
like
how the scheduling of that shit works. Because they probably had it.
Wasn't it
booked
supposed
out
to
for
be
years.
this month?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in because I turned 30
God
next
damn
week
it.
and it was right around that time.
God damn it.
Throw down.
Hey, it is what it is, and honestly, that's kind of the one main reason why I'm still holding on to them is And
Holding
again,
out for that?
they deferred the payments for, like I made one payment, they deferred the next set, and I think they're supposed to take like coming October or some shit.
Word.
I wonder if they're more likely to do an outdoor game before they have people inside PNC.
You would kind of think, but at
Right,
the
so
same
that
time, it's
might
like how I mean, like I get
Right.
the airflow and all that stuff outside would definitely work better. It's just like, but what other logistics hurdles do they have to climb? Carter Finley and all that, working with the NC State, the college. So I don't know. Wild. But we'll get into it. We'll get into some other shit. What else is going on? Some fucking UFC fights last night, like every other fucking Saturday.
Damn right, dude. It's great. It's great every time. But Corey Sandhagen landed a pretty brutal knee knockout of Frankie Edgar.
To the face?
To the dome. Knocked him out fucking
You don't see that
cold.
often.
And then Alexander Volkov knocked out Alistair Overeem, who's just one of the scariest humans.
Both sound like NHL players.
Yeah.
Overeem's fucking terrifying, dude. I mean, that guy.
But he knocked him out?
Yeah, got knocked out because Volkov's also terrifying. All those guys, terrifying for the most part.
They sound like some scabs I've killed in Tarkov.
Well, Volkov is straight out of, I think he's like
He's from
Ukraine
Tarkov,
or
yeah.
Russia.
He's straight from that bitch. That's what's up.
That is what's up.
Any other decent fights? Those are two big ones?
Those are two big ones. I was watching.
How many do they have on the
Carolina
cards usually?
game, so
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
that was also-
I didn't really watch it.
That's
Carolina
facts.
won.
Yeah.
Dude, Carolina plus 3.5. Let's go.
Did you?
Nice.
Did you
Give me that money.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I guess just barely too.
Oh, yeah.
Like they barely.
Well, no, they won. No,
They won
I had
those-
them. I had them plus 3.5.
Oh, I thought like the over under was like okay.
yeah.
Or
So I had them. They could have lost by 3 points, and I still would have won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not bad.
This is basketball,
But they
right?
won. Yeah.
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 That's. I mean, that's a tough one because like basketball, especially college, the scores are always so close. I feel like
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Especially between like rivalries too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
They're
always such a
bringing their
tight
best.
game. Super back and forth. It gets down to that wire, just like fuck.
Apparently, that's one of the most expensive games to get tickets to.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Big
like
time.
it like rivals the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The amount of money that people spend to be there.
I mean, look at the colleges.
Yeah.
They're two of the most expensive ass, highfalutin, hoity-toity fucking universities in this
Yeah,
motherfucker. Like,
it's
almost in
true.
the country, low
Yeah,
Did
no.
you see the picture of people on Franklin Street last night?
Yep.
Were they wilding?
Oh yeah, dude, thousands of people.
Come on,
It was,
guys, come
It doesn't
on.
look great for the state or for.
I mean,
the
UNC
university.
was already fucking up back when, too. They were, like, having motherfuckers go to classes and being in
Right.
dorms and shit, and I think they shut that shit down. Shouts out Neil, dude. I'm getting all the info through him.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Well, the university in general has handled it pretty poorly.
Oh,
they
facts.
Brought,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
brought
yeah.
everybody
I'm not
back.
blaming students.
Yeah, no, they brought everybody back to at the beginning of the year, put them in the dorms, waited like a week till everyone's like payments came in for their rooms and shit, and then it was the week after. They're like the next week. They're like, all right, everyone go home.
Yeah.
You know, you
That's
guys can't
after-
handle it.
Right.
And
That's after everyone being together and then taking it home back to their.
Yeah, as I
parents.
say, we're gonna bring everyone together. Make sure you get.
Sorry, make sure you just talk in your mic because you're looking at Cody.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
But
you don't lose your-
make sure you get in here, pay for your housing, and fucking.
Sorry.
Uh, but yeah, so UNC just fucking up on all fronts.
No, for sure. But winning at basketball.
But winning at basketball,
You know, the
beating
important
Duke.
things.
Exactly.
Sports.
No doubt. Speaking of fire, because JID and fucking Denzel, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero, dude. They dropped that fucking Bro remix. Oh my goodness. So much fire. So much fire. It's refreshing.
It was good.
Refreshing
Really
to hear
good.
some really good rap bars. Also loving that fucking Gibbs track with Q. So catchy. Gibbs is just nasty, dude. The guy's just a fucking hit maker. IMO.
Who?
Gibbs.
Gibbs?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%, 100%.
He's been out here too.
So he finally like outranked Tom McDonald on your top 5 MCs list.
Tom
dude.
McDonald.
I
I
know it
mean,
goes
I'll tell
Tom
you what.
McDonald, MGK.
I was about to say they all pale in
Freddie
comparison to
Gibbs,
the pale man
JID.
himself, MGK, dude. But
and then you got Macklemore number 1. No one ever saw that coming.
Macklemore.
Dude.
yo,
That's a fact.
actually, no, fuck Macklemore.
Good shot.
Shouts out Ryan Lewis though. And I think Squirrel would agree. Ryan
Yeah,
Lewis,
for
Ryan,
sure.
Ryan Lewis does his thing
I mean, Loki shouts out both of them, but like,
in terms of like grinding in music.
yeah,
But Macklemore is like the epitome of corny. The epitome.
yeah, a lot of the times. He can
Super corny. Yeah, he stands for good shit, good messages, positive. all
But
that
you
shit.
also like
Super
really
corny.
love Eminem though, right? You know what I'm saying? Eminem's a little corny, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but I don't fuck you. I'm not like some. See, now I gotta sit here and defend myself, but I'm not a big Eminem fan. But I gotta defend myself like just in general, and not sound like a big Eminem fan. You just put me in a weird spot just now.
I know, dude. I know.
Motherfucker. Nah, fuck MGK though.
Cody loves his new album though.
Yeah. I can't even.
When did
like,
when did it come
deny
out exactly?
I don't know. Everything's
Fair
just
enough.
been a mush, but no,
That's
I mean
true.
it's catchy. I do think it's funny that kind of like what you said, I guess a couple weeks ago, that Eminem just kind of like shooed him out of the rap game.
Like that's chronologically is what happened. Like
Yeah,
it's
but-
not even a diss. It's just those are facts.
Disagree.
Dude, the worst thing about it. So my brother, which most you guys know, he is a diehard Eminem fan. Like will die for Eminem.
Yeah.
And so hates MGK for that reason.
I love
so
it.
So I played him that shit, and he is fucking furious with me now because he's like
He likes it?
I can't stop listening to it.
It's
but at the
definitely
same
catchy.
time, like,
I mean, but when you have again, it goes back to like, and that's part of the reason why I can't stand this motherfucker in that genre. It's like, dude, you entered it. It's kind of like, it's almost like some white privilege shit where it's like you entered the punk scene with so much fucking corporate commercial backing that like you're not gonna not make bangers. You had fucking Travis Barker on your
Right.
drums. Like the biggest fact here is that he didn't write a lick of those songs.
so I'm sure.
Like he might have wrote some lyrics. He didn't write a lick of those jams. So it's just super unauthentic to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Undoubtedly they're catchy as fuck.
And I
but-
think that's why it's a guilty pleasure, right? I don't
Sure.
want to like it, but
yeah,
I mean,
and the
shit
earworm.
bangs.
Earworm shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Is what it is. I mean, good music's good music, though. You know what I'm
For real.
saying?
Shouts out Ariana Grande.
These- But speaking
The
of
next Mariah, dude.
speaking of Denzel's, dude, I went
yeah.
and saw the Little Things this weekend. At
It
the
looked really
Alamo-
good.
at the Alamo
It's a good
Draft House, which was cool. But it was, I don't know, like I was with you. I was like, this looks like it'd be good. I'm into that whole like, what is
crime thriller.
yeah, what is it?
shit.
It's like film noir, whatever. I
Right.
forget what like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
title
yeah.
of the shit is, but super okay, man. Like I watched the whole thing. Like it was good enough, but just like I don't know. it just didn't.
So I felt the same way because the ending, and I'll try to do this without spoiling anything. It's very kind of left ambiguous, right? Which I don't normally like in movies. Like I'm very much like I need a concrete ending. I need to know what happened.
Yeah.
But I basically read something. If you think about that movie not focusing on Jared Leto's character and focusing on
I know he was in it.
Rami Malek's character.
I hate Jared Leto.
Then it
Can't
makes a
stand
little
him.
sense. Really, normally I agree. I didn't like him as a Joker. He's good in this movie. He's really fucking weird in this movie, which is good.
He's weird in everything he does.
Yeah,
He's
Jared
just a
Leto.
weird dude.
But this weird like makes sense for the role. Where like
Got you.
when he was weird as Joker, it was like he was trying too hard.
That's
See, I actually
usually his
really
MO.
don't. I don't like Rami Malek. Like,
yeah,
I don't
his
like. I
character-
don't.
it took me
I
a
don't
while to
know.
get
I was seeing something else. Someone else was talking about some like why I don't know enough about him as an actor. I guess he did well with the Freddie Mercury role.
yeah,
I think that was
Yeah.
where he got a lot of
Right.
shine. But like,
He's
a lot of people are like,
Mr.
"What is?"
Robot?
is it-
Or,
That
Well, that
TV
was the thing. Is
show.
that's what I saw. Someone was like, "Yeah, this dude. Of course he could be a robot. He's fucking super boring." Like
Yeah.
that was the whole thing.
Yeah, he's one of those like every character kind of feels like the same charector kind of actor.
He's just like a
no
less-
matter what the role is.
He's like a less ugly Pete Davidson. Like that's just, that's
Yeah,
about
no,
what he's
facts
got.
though.
I don't
Going.
know. Yeah, maybe.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's and unfunny, right? So it's like, what do you got going for you?
Yeah, but I don't know. I get with the ending, like I don't mind an open-ended ending. You know, like shit like American Psycho, like the ending of that, where you don't like, was
Right.
this any of this ever real?
Right.
Sure.
But just the writing of that movie just didn't feel.
Well, so my
they
question.
didn't build up to it well enough. I don't think.
My
It all
question is,
seemed
do you
super-
think, with the star-studded cast, but also given the timing of this movie's release, do you think they probably put a little less into it, knowing that a lot of people might not even fucking see it?
Nah, because that shit got released on HBO Max.
Yeah, it got released to streaming.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
funny because I went and paid $40 to go out to a movie theater and all this, and then the next day I was like, "Fuck, I gotta watch this for free at home."
Right.
Yeah.
But it was
Right.
nice to get out. We
I
went
was
to
saying-
Cinebistro or whatever.
Okay, so like the same
similar,
kind of
right.
thing.
All
Yeah.
socially
But it
distanced
was-
out and shit.
Oh yeah,
so there
no,
was-
super. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do
the
a super
one,
good
the one
job.
that we were in, there was only I think 10 people in the entire thing, and it was like because they had basically removed a whole bunch of the seats.
Right.
So it was nice to get out and like have some
Yeah.
Some sense of normalcy,
but,
yeah, for sure.
but-
Yeah, the dude sitting like down. There was like two people, us, me and my girlfriend, like another group in the same aisle, different ends of it. And this dude, like in the middle of the whole thing, just has his phone light on, just like shut, like looking around, but then like literally would
Like
be
staff?
No. This is just a guy.
Oh,
has his
bro.
phone light out and it's just like he's looking for shit, and then would be like doing some shit and just holding it up, so it's just like coming across,
What
eats
a
his food,
fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Dude.
goes to sleep, and just starts like snoring.
Bro.
I was like, it was just like such a series of events that I was just like, dude, why even fucking come like out to the theater? Like just like you're saying, it's on
Yeah.
HBO Max, bro. Stay home.
But he's the guy who, and when it's not a pandemic, still does that same shit and
Oh.
probably gets his ass kicked. So he's like, I can finally be a piece of shit in the movie theater. What's the probability?
and just like he had his
jerk.
girl with him, and maybe she was asleep too. But it's just like, how do you not
Maybe she was.
like? But how you not just like,
Stop it.
yo, wake
Yeah.
up? Yo,
Yeah.
Or just like, yo, you're snoring. I don't give a fuck if you sleep. Like I've fallen asleep in a movie theater.
Sure.
I'm not snoring though. Like
So, yeah.
While getting head.
yeah. This whole shit's boring.
Movie's boring. The head's boring. I'm a knock.
I'm gonna see y'all later.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, it just the whole movie was
Okay. Well, how was Denzel though? Just in general.
He's
Denzel's
Denzel, you know what I'm
always
saying? He's
doing his
Denzel,
thing.
dude, doing his thing.
It's the little things.
It's the little thing.
Word. What's up with it before we kick into the whole shebang?
Fucking- you put out some music, dog.
Yeah. Well,
Talk about it. No, talk
I
about it.
put out a little SoundCloud shit. You know what I'm saying? Cover song.
Covered an MGK song. That you
Yeah, it is. Dude. I covered his whole discography.
He made a pop punk cover of his hip hop half of his career.
So
dude.
when
It's
you
pretty-
come look at my career 10 years down the road, you can never say I didn't always do pop punk because I did.
Yeah,
Did you
you
cover-
did
I don't
that.
even know.
Did you cover "If It Means a Lot to You" by A Day to Remember?
No. It might as well have, I guess. That's hilarious. Nah, fucking. I covered "Youth" by Daughter. It's a little fucking
Okay.
acoustic joint. You know what I'm saying? Nothing special there. But look for more music. Me
Drop the link.
and Squirrel
Yeah,
be doing
what's,
some
what's
music.
the SoundCloud, bro?
Smash the like.
SoundCloud/Teebs, bro.
There we go.
/Teebs. You know what I'm saying?
And you can get more of
us.
us
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Go for it.
At Talking Sauce Pod. on all the socials. Yeah, we're
Everyone.
going to put out the podcast on YouTube. Like and subscribe. We put out the Scrum on Wednesdays. Check it out.
Do it.
If you're watching, please listen. Spotify, Apple Music, Talkin' Sauce Podcast.
Play 'em at the same time.
Play them at the same time.
Play it while you sleep. We talked about this. Play it while you sleep on a low volume.
We got to get our numbers up, guys.
Come on.
Come
on, guys.
We're trying to fight back against these labels and streaming companies, dude.
Yeah.
We're trying to beat the algorithm.
bury the competition.
Man, check us out.
Do it.
Burn
Just jump to the Hurricanes then.
Burn
I.
You need a shaker.
Josh, listen to the new like Moss of Flame CD.
I think I've heard a couple songs.
Shit kind of bops.
No, it's like
It's
classic.
It's like it's like nostalgia.
Mhm.
It's good for.
Yeah, he's amazing. Chris over there.
There's a song that you listen to a Graceful, right?
Yeah.
Like way back. in
I
the
still
day.
bop it.
Yeah. So there's a song on that new like Moss of Flame CD that sounds just like his vocals or something. Like for whatever reason, it like in the old like Moss of Flame stuff, it doesn't in a Graceful like don't really sound the same.
No.
But there's a song on this new one where I heard it and it like immediately I was like, holy.
That's
fuck,
awesome.
yeah.
Now, actually, that's when I first heard about their new album. I think that's one of the first things I did was went back and go listen to a Graceful.
Yeah, it was, like,
Dude,
The
remember
Great
when
I
we
Am or
saw?
whatever that-
Yeah, remember when we saw For Today for I Scream the Prayer, but Maddie wasn't there, and fucking Chris did the vocals for their set. That shit was so fucking
Yeah.
fire. That was one of the best sets I've seen.
Fuck.
So
Yeah, I
good.
forgot about that.
Classic. Episode 100.
We're gonna shout out a player who wore 100.
Shout out player who won number 100. Now we ain't got no bit. You know what I'm saying?
No bit.
The bit is us. We're the bit.
We're that's pretty
We are a joke. This is a joke.
The bit is that the plug comes right before the bit, and then there's a bit. So
Insert bit here.
insert bit here.
Episode
Still here,
100.
Just come up with your own bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Use your imagination.
We're actually gonna do 10 minutes of silence. You guys figure it out, and then we're gonna come back on the back half with just other shit. So
These are just fucking gems of ideas we're just dropping off top, you know what I'm saying? For sure. No, it's episode 100, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to, we do fucking 2 of these things a week. We're busy as fuck. We ain't got time to come up with shit.
we ain't. We had some ideas from some listeners and shit. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
shouts
come
out
up.
that.
We're gonna come up with something maybe.
Some really good ideas, too.
I think
But-
Hopefully in
episode
time for
100
101.
Say again?
Yeah, so episode 100 should be celebrating the 100 points that the Hurricanes are going to get this year.
Let's go.
Yes.
The 100 points that Fetch
There
is
you
going to
go.
get.
Yes.
That's the bit.
That's the big.
For
the
sure.
bit is we're gonna win 50 of 56 games,
Yeah.
and the other ones we're not gonna play because of protocol. So
All the games we do play, though, we'll win.
yeah.
The only thing that could beat the Hurricanes is the virus.
The Hurricanes themselves.
When these gonna beat them is when we have to play the Capitals one time, and
I
those
s-
guys are hanging out.
I
hanging
saw
out where they're not
fucking-
supposed to be hanging out.
I saw a meme that was like fucking the Washington Capitals fucking breaking protocol at the hotel, and it was like 2 dudes fist bumping through a smashed in door. Just like there's no way you're gonna keep me from my boys. Fucking hilarious. Speaking of Hurricanes, they play today on this Super Bowl Sunday, which is Super Bowl Sunday. I don't think we really addressed
Yeah,
that.
we didn't at
Yeah.
all, did we?
You mentioned it.
'Cause who gives a fuck, right?
Dude, when
I
did the
do.
commercials? When did the commercials start sucking,
That-
dude?
When did they start?
When did they start? You know what
Couple
I'm
years
saying?
ago, couple
Was
years
it
ago.
like I remember like
They've been bad.
Super Bowl commercials. Didn't they all used to be
Amazing.
unique too? And it
Now you
feels
get
like
you just get
I'll
Doritos
say Doritos is fire.
and
though. Doritos got good.
Budweiser
Yeah.
and like Chevy, and that's all you get.
I think they started getting bad with the Mountain Dew Kickstart Puppy Monkey Baby commercial, if we all remember that.
I do.
I think that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, but even
Why did you just bring that back into my life, dude?
Because you needed to know. You needed to be
Wait,
reminded.
hold on. Isn't this
Puppy
all
Monkey
the way
Baby.
back to last year?
Puppy Monkey
Wasn't Baby Peanut a Super Bowl
Puppy Monkey Baby.
commercial?
Yeah, because
Remember?
everyone
No.
thought that wasn't it? It was
Well, no, so they
fucking-
killed him. Like they straight
No,
up
they
killed, bro.
killed Mr. Peanut.
And they just go, nah, rise from the ashes like a phoenix.
Yeah.
Like they just
Like a peanut.
they
Who was it that
recycled
killed him though? Who was he in the car
Didn't
with?
he just drive off the
No,
fucking
no, he was in the
cliff?
car with.
He was in
Wasn't
the
he?
helicopter with Cody.
It was yeah.
It was fucking. It was
no,
what's his name?
It was someone, dude.
It was the.
It was like Shaq or something.
No,
like,
no. It was Blade. It was Blade.
Oh, Wesley Snipes.
It was
yeah.
Wesley
Snipes.
It was Wesley fucking
Yeah.
Snipes.
Wesley
in the
Snipes
car,
killed
dude.
fucking
Blade
Peanut.
Runner,
Dude,
yeah.
we had a whole thing on this on the podcast.
You're right.
dude.
I
There's a
vaguely
whole-
remember
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
There's the whole conspiracy theory, dog.
Damn.
We
That's a good
followed that
episode.
for weeks.
We did. No,
We
you're
actually
right.
had
That
to
was.
cut we had to cut a lot of that out too because it got real weird.
You're right. Damn. That was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing.
And oh, my bad.
You good?
Ah.
Dude, I forgot about fucking
God.
Wesley Snipes and Mr.
Go back and
Peanut.
listen to that shit.
The Planner's Peanut.
That was like what? That was like episode 8.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. That's funny. But the Hurricanes, they won over against Chicago there. OT win. They found themselves in a lot of these extra minutes here recently.
Yeah.
Wait,
Some
was it an
shootouts.
OT win or was it a shootout win?
feel like it was a shootout
'cause I
win.
think Svetch buried it.
Yeah.
Shootout win, and then we lost to them next, I think it was a back-to-back.
Right.
Lost to them 6-4. I think 3 or 4 of the goals were power play goals on the Chicago's part, but
And that's just not fun.
not fun. I mean, that's what they're going to do. It's Chicago. If
Yeah.
there's one thing they haven't forgotten to do, it's how to score on a power play. And, dude, the thing to me, though, man, is watching Natchez fucking kind of come into his own in this season. You know what I'm saying? He's looking way more confident, maybe a little too selfish.
Well, it's like
At times, he'd be playing with the puck a little too much.
Let's
But
talk about
You're
his
not wrong.
confidence. Let's talk about his confidence. I don't know if you guys talked about this, but that thirst trap
We probably didn't.
picture.
The thirst trap? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was the point of that? I mean, he's definitely feeling some type of way this year.
I mean, I would be posting
I
that
mean,
picture too if I was Mark.
If I was a
Sanchez,
young
dude.
NHLer, I'd be hanging some dong on the timeline. He's wearing sweatpants
Facts.
too, wasn't he?
I think
I
it was
think
sweat
it's
like
shorts.
shorts.
I thought it
You know
was
what I'm
shorts.
saying?
Either way, I'm looking for that imprint.
Hand
I'm looking
on
for
the
that
back,
imprint.
you know what I'm saying? Really just giving them the whole view. Legs splayed.
Oh, yeah. It is.
All the way out to the flexible guy. You know what I'm saying? But, and
Got the
then
Twitter
that
bots
super
thirsty. You
unfortunate.
You guys are making me sweat here.
Dude, that fucking super unfortunate hit by DeHaan.
Oh, damn.
Sucked.
Oh, yeah.
It be your own homies.
Yeah, for real,
And
though.
it wasn't dirty at all.
No, it
obviously.
wasn't.
He just got his
Shoulder,
legs
shoulder.
sweeped out,
Yeah, shoulder, shoulder. And then he just fell funny. And Brendan Moore said it's like not as bad as some.
I'm thinking that I'm replaying it in my head. That was not fun.
Yeah, not fun at all. But Brendan Moore said he probably won't be out as long as they were worried.
As Mrazek.
Yeah, who got surgery.
You
and
saw that
shit.
thumb, right?
Oh yeah, you guys saw the picture, right?
That shit was
Yeah.
shaped like the letter Z.
So I thought when I saw that it was just dislocated, which is not that bad of an injury, but I don't know. They haven't come
Dislocate
out
your
and
thumb right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, like not to need surgery, but have they come out and said what it was? Or just
I think
obvious-
It was a
obvious-
smash thumb.
Yeah.
Obvious
I remember
thumb.
seeing
His
that
thumb
like
looked like the letter
in,
Z.
when they were replaying it like in game. I remember like he pulls his hand out of his glove, and I just remember seeing his
Yeah.
thumb set like an inch back from where it should be, and I was like, oh, nah, bro. I'm not getting close to
All
the
right,
mic,
fine. They don't need to
dude.
hear you then. Mute 'em.
I agree, dude.
So when do you guys think we see Ned?
Maybe today, low key.
Yeah.
I mean,
Low-key.
after what happened to Reimer. Yeah,
Well,
it's
I mean,
not all
he's-
his fault. It's not all
right,
his
right.
fault. Power play, you see what I'm saying? But
I just don't know if Reimer's ever been a solid number one. Right?
Nah,
I mean, he's been
nah.
good.
Nah.
Him and Mrazek been good switching.
he's
back and
always
forth.
been the 1A, 1B.
Yeah,
So-
super
so do we see
super
that?
solid backup.
Right. So
But that's
do we
also
see that?
Mrazek low key. I mean,
Yeah,
come
no,
on.
definitely
Right.
For sure.
But like I said, I won't be. I haven't looked to see if they put out like lineups and shit, but I
Sure
wouldn't be
they have.
surprised if we saw him today. We'll probably see Lawrence in the lineup. He played.
He was looking nice.
He
He's
did.
been
He
looking
played
good.
the last game. I forget who they said. Geeky. They said Geeky for Lawrence, so they'll probably see Geeky and Lawrence slide in for Natchez and shit. Maybe we
what's
get
up.
Fost back though. Jesper Fost
Damn.
has
That's
been in
true.
protocol.
I keep
So-
forgetting he's on the fucking squad.
So if he was skating, I think the other day on game day, so he might get back in, and that's
How
we'll
about
see Geeky slide in, and Lawrence will probably sit.
how about for the Capitals? Kuzi, I think Kuzi, maybe still Orlov are like the only guys left, and now Ron is in protocol.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's not like some big conspiracy story here like there was previously. I don't think, but it just sucks. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was on fire.
Is he Russian?
No, I think he's Czech.
Did you check?
I think he is. Yeah,
But,
this motherfucker. I could be dead ass wrong about all that, but I don't think he's Russian.
but so we're playing the Blues today with Patrick Laine. I think he's
Blue Jackets.
not Blue Jackets. Yeah, not the
Yeah.
Blues.
Close
my bad.
enough.
Yeah, I don't know if he's in though.
I think he
He
is.
is.
He is.
Yeah, he scored a
yeah.
goal already.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Line. I still don't think that.
Still got that ugly ass turtleneck. You seen that?
I mean, he's just not the prettiest guy.
That's true.
Let's
That
be
turtleneck
honest,
with that
man.
face is just a bad pairing.
But and then I still don't think Pierre-Luc Dubois has played for Winnipeg yet, just
Rough.
because of the protocol going into Canada versus.
Well, it
coming
is
into
Canada.
the
They are
US.
handling this better than us as a whole, so
Yeah.
they would take longer.
Yeah,
You know,
it is true, but
they
so
hit Laine with that fucking Like,
You got a temperature?
you don't. Cool.
Oh, you're good.
Come on in.
Go play games.
Open mouth kiss that guy.
Dude, don't worry. We took the back glass off. Everyone's okay.
We're gonna talk about that right now since you brought it up.
Yeah, so because I hadn't heard about this yet.
So they've just enacted this rule, change to the fucking scenery also, where they're removing the back glass. Like it still wraps at the benches, and then as soon as it hits that tangent, they've taken all the glass behind to allow more airflow between the benches and the coaching staff. So there's it's less
This is obviously only in the stadiums where there's no fans, right?
Right. Well, that's actually a good question. I'm going to assume all of them, and then they just don't have anyone behind it.
Or
that's a great
or
question.
It's like
I don't know.
sitting on the baseline in baseball.
Yeah.
Fucking head up, motherfucker. This shit's coming in hot.
I mean, outside of this shit, you go to a hockey game, it's assumption of risk, my G.
Yeah.
People catch pucks in the face from time to time. But the worst part about it, and again, it's a positive for airflow and all that shit, trying to prevent COVID spread. But
let's not pay for rapid testing. We'll just take the glass out.
We'll spend less money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It costs nothing to remove these things. You know what I mean? Then if they break or whatever, we don't have to clean them. Like it's just less shit in general. It's wild mindset. But there's a rule. There's a rule they put in place where because if a puck goes into a bench, it's a dead play. Mm-hmm. But if the puck clears from your defending blue line, crosses that blue line, goes over that glass, delay game call, right? But there's no glass now for it to go over. So they're going to look at it case by case and see if the puck was high enough to clear said hypothetical glass.
So there's just a whole bunch of stoppages.
Imagine if this happens in the Stanley Cup Final Game 7. Right. Imagine it.
Yeah. Why don't they just run a string, top of glass, put a camera on it, and then just be like, no, we're good. It actually went under that string. I think it's back to
NHL, hire this man right now.
Yeah, please.
You know what I'm saying? We already gave you the fucking gem of idea for rapid testing. That's not good enough. Maybe take this one up. You know what I mean?
You can get some twine at your local Home Depot. Just run that.
Piece
you know
of
what I'm
tape.
saying?
Just anything.
If we can afford this camera, you can afford one in every stadium that watches this.
For real.
Watch but they do that, and every single time it crosses, it just hits the camera, so they never get the video. We don't know. We can't see. Oh, fuck. Man, shouts out the Hurricanes. Not shouts out this rule.
Back to the Blues.
Yeah.
They're having some fans in the stadium. Blues are going to have
makes sense.
Less than 300, they said, frontline workers, like friends and family of staff, friends and family of players in the stadium, which I guess, it's 300 people in a 20,000-seat arena, so I guess as far as risk goes, it's not that crazy.
I feel it on the family shit and the frontline workers, but dude, let's just not. Can we just not?
Yeah, but
can we just not?
Dallas and Arizona, I think they have fans.
They do.
Stadiums,
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, in the NBA, Atlanta's doing it. I think a few other stadiums are doing it.
Right.
So it's a thing.
So,
the Toronto Raptors went to Florida, and they're probably doing it.
That's facts.
It's one of those things interesting, especially with people who have season tickets or want to go to games. At what level are you comfortable, capacity wise, right? At 50%, are you comfortable at?
I think
60,
we talked about this before
20,
too. And for myself, if I can ever go back to games, whenever that's allowed to be a thing, I'm gonna be hesitant.
Right.
I'm definitely gonna be. I'm not gonna go just because I'm able to. Right. That's still got to be the right thing. You guys went to a movie theater. You felt comfortable with that setting because you know that there's gonna be fucking 2 or 5 seats in one theater room, whatever the case is. So it's just got to be the right shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be the right shit. But it's tough because arenas have choke points. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's only so many ways in and out.
The bathrooms,
all that shit. It's how do you mitigate all those different points of contact? You kind of can't, and that's kind of my bigger point. It's just a thing where it's just not worth it.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And it doesn't seem like less than 300 people are going to make up enough revenue to.
No.
It's
not a revenue.
Exactly.
But
look what you said too. They're going to frontline workers, friends and family, the staff, people who are the most probably deserving to be present.
Right.
Yeah.
But
it's a PR thing.
And
it's
likely
not them making money.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a PR,
exactly.
It's PR, which is fine. Those are the right people to give those tickets to.
For sure. It's just but they also don't have to be there.
Yeah.
There's other ways to work that angle. But
as evidenced by the Devils and them having to cancel a week and a half, 2 weeks of fucking games because of protocol stuff. I don't even know if they're back playing.
There's 15
guys.
There's
11 dudes.
The whole roster.
15, yeah.
like that tested positive or that were
or just
like,
in protocol,
close,
whatever
right?
whatever it is, they're not playing. They're not on the
Yeah,
roster
some probably
right now.
tested positive, and then the contact tracing stuff. They
Right.
had to set out other people, and
Just quarantine.
yeah, man, it's fucking. Like, I mean, like we're talking about, Foss is just coming back out of protocol. Like it's there's. And the team has been playing games, so like it affects more than just like they're gonna have their week and a half of no games. Then there's gonna be another 2 weeks where
Right.
8 guys aren't back, and then maybe 3 of those guys, and then maybe the rest of the guys after that. So
And it's like, I mean, and this is where for me it just gets like these like crazy little arguments, or like you can narrow it down to so many levels. Where like on any interaction, goal or something, like players are all grouping up in like a huddle, 5 dudes, all face to face to face to face. You know what I'm saying? Like that's allowed. Anything else you're doing is pointless if that's allowed. In my opinion, you see what I'm saying? Like it's like at some point they're still fucking touching, they're still up each other's shit.
Yeah.
Like nothing that you guys can do, you guys being the NHL, is going to prevent them from having contact. Whether you let them visit each other's hotel rooms or not,
yeah,
they're going to be fucking breathing in each other's faces on the regular,
Yeah.
sitting next to each other this fucking close.
that's why you're seeing like I can't remember the guy's name, but the NHLPA rep for Winnipeg has come out talking about like the league's not letting guys show up until an hour and 45 minutes before game time, and he's like, these guys are playing a whole game together. Like what is that
Right.
time really doing?
Nothing.
Where you're messing up some guys, like whatever their pregame warm-up routine is. Like you never know if a guy has like a bad knee or something. He has like, dude, I have like a 2-hour thing I do before every game to make sure like this isn't going to affect me. And it's just kind of like what is that doing? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If-
And I've said it myself, all or nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's either all okay or none of it is. In my opinion, none of it really is, but they're still doing some of it. It's
Like,
just it's all bullshit.
The only thing
not safe.
effective,
But
is
sports.
kind of what you're seeing the NBA and NFL do, is that rapid testing. Like tell guys you need
Right.
the only places you can go is like your house and the fucking stadium if you don't want to catch it, and we're gonna test you every day, get results back like within 24 hours. Then and then you don't have situations where guys are infecting 15 people.
and then you just
because
pull a
have-
James Harden and go to Brooklyn strip clubs.
Yeah,
Well, I was trying to figure out how it seems like there's more cases, or at least more people having to sit out in hockey than there is something like football. Where
No rapid testing.
where
No
there's-
rapid testing.
Right, I
That's the
guess
difference.
That's it.
That's the biggest
'cause,
difference.
Like looking at the Hurricanes breakout, it was Jordan Stahl.
In
the
Detroit?
test that came back positive was in Detroit. They didn't find out about it until the team was in Nashville.
Yep.
Right.
Had already played another game against Nashville.
Yep.
Jordan Stahl was still in Detroit. The other guy, and they had to quarantine in Nashville. It's just like that was
Imagine
like 4
you're
or
the
5
centerman who
days.
had at the circle with Jordan every lineup, and you're just like
Yeah.
motherfucker.
basically putting your faces on each other.
You're like motherfucker. You're tying up. Like you're tying
Yeah.
up every time. You know what I mean? And you're like, well, okay, that guy just has positive. Feels just like instant panic, right?
Yeah.
Just absolute fear and panic if you're that guy. What a fucking shit show.
Yeah, they're
but
just
the-
not really doing anything.
The league's always been a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for real. Like it's the best sport in the world, and the league's just an absolute joke. And this is just another fucking example of that.
It'd be interesting to see if.
But
they
we're talking about
decide- Yeah, if they decide to go back to bubble hockey for the playoffs, because like that.
That's a good
I think
point.
they already said they are.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
feel like
that
As
would
they
make
should.
sense because you can't have half of a team go out during the playoffs.
No,
For sure.
You got to.
Well, and also too, I mean, look at the divisions, right? That would have you're gonna have to break those division barriers when you get into the playoffs because
Yeah.
you're gonna dwindle those teams away.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think it's just you play within your division and
Until the
each
conference
division.
finals.
I'm more talking about the Stanley Cup final. Is
Right,
more
okay.
my
Yeah.
thing. You know, you're going
right yeah.
across the shit,
sure.
going into Canada potentially, right? Like that's but they'll probably bubble up there again.
Yeah.
I
I would imagine
yeah,
so,
make
yeah.
the most sense. Speaking of Canada, hey,
Doug Armstrong.
Mr. GM of the St. Louis Blues, right? He's a St. Louis Blues GM.
Yeah.
He's now named the GM of Team Canada whenever the fuck that becomes a thing. Yeah, he was the World Cup GM in 2016. I didn't know he was Stevie Y's management there.
Yep.
Okay.
He was part of when Stevie Y was the GM,
Right.
he was a part of the management staff there.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, for the 2010 and 2014 Olympic teams, some pretty sick rosters there. And Ron Francis is also part of
He's
it.
going to be a part of the I think he's going to be some assistant GM role thing on the
Is that just
World
like-
Cup team.
Like, what has he done other than he's a Hall of Fame centerman? But what has he done otherwise to kind of earn this role as an executive?
I think you just said
It
man.
exists?
I think he was played for the Hartford Whalers and was really great.
I'm gonna
And
be
he told
really curious
Carolina
to
Hockey
see-
to shove it. You know.
I'm gonna be really curious to see how the Seattle team does under his management.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
You
they're going to
guys-
have a damn good television product.
I was
going to
ask if you guys talked about that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Definitely touched on it. Definitely hurts.
It's cool though. I mean, if he were to go anywhere else, I feel like that's where I'd want him to go.
Yes and no. I
Go
mean,
out
I see.
west.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like it's an out of conference trade or something.
yeah.
No, I mean for sure. If he's going to go to any NHL team, it should be the newest, most fucking.
And
What's
we
the word
won't
I'm
have to
looking
hear
for?
him all the time and
Yeah.
just remember what once was.
But it's also still a slap in the face where we were all so sure that he was going to go to just the national broadcast level, replace Doc Emmerich possibly, and now it's like no, he's just it's a lateral move.
Right.
It's so we just simply couldn't offer him enough money. That's what it means.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
But so
Sag.
the like you were saying, the Olympics still are not 100% happening.
Yeah.
They still have to negotiate with the IOC and the IIHF because really, when you think about it, the owners who don't see any money from the Olympics, they see no money from it. The Olympic Committee also doesn't pay for like any of the team's travel expenses or anything like that. Bringing in families to watch the games. They don't even let the NHL use.
You've seen videos where like the equipment managers for these teams were helping put together guys' shit to go. They got to pay them to do that.
Yeah, for real. And then they don't even let the NHL use footage of the games, of the Olympic Games, after the fact. And so it's kind of their, still in those talks of because owners taking all the risk there, letting their players, guys like Ovechkin and Crosby go over and play in these, very intense games where
Risk
guys can get
career-ending
hurt.
injury.
Yeah. And they kind of, no one gives a fuck about Olympic hockey if the NHL players aren't in it. Like, there's kind of the fact of
All
that.
facts.
So
All facts.
the owners kind of have all the power right now because they're like, people aren't going to not watch the NHL because we don't let them play in the Olympics. But people are definitely going to not watch the Olympics because we don't let the NHL play in it. So it's going to be, I think they're going to figure it out probably.
They will. I mean, you just got to find some common ground.
The Olympic Committee's going to have
demand
to
is so
fork
high.
over some money, fork over some, let them use the video and shit to promote the NHL.
I'll say, I mean, NBC should throw them some money.
Yeah.
Something.
Because it's going to jack up their. I mean, they're someone else who's going to lose if the NHL
good
players
point.
don't.
Work out something. Or be able to negotiate. Yeah, there's something.
Isn't it
common ground?
They're the ones shutting down NBCSN, right?
That's a thing.
Isn't that a thing?
That's right.
They're going
the end of this year.
They're going to put everything on USA.
Yeah.
USA Network.
That's actually legit.
Yeah, which is going to be weird.
Bring back Versus.
I remember when fucking, for real though. Dude, I remember when USA used to just be shows like fucking Suits, like shit like that. It was just like daytime television you'd watch like on summer break type shit, dude.
That's where they aired Monday Night Raw for a time.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Monk.
And I do think it probably...
Burn Notice.
Same shows that might have
Burn
been on
Notice,
that.
yeah. Well, Psych, that's the one I was
Psych.
thinking of, dude.
Psych was good.
Psych was good. But I guess USA does get more numbers, I suppose. Just
I mean,
generally.
I
People
think they get some NBA games now.
it's not
They
a
do
bad
get NBA,
it's not a bad like network brand name.
Yeah.
USA channel. Like it's kind of it's very underutilized with
Characters
that in
welcome.
mind. Shut the fuck up.
That's their tag. That's their thing.
TNT needs to get on that shit because all they do is play like Matrix and Lord of the Rings over and over. They do get them on the
Die
sports
Hard
shit
movies.
and Die Hard. That's hilarious.
Fuck.
Yo, speaking of I don't know, Ryan McDonough, dude, he's gonna go back to school.
Finish out
Back
his
to school.
personal finance degree, which is good.
I mean, when you're Ryan McDonough, you were the captain of the New York Rangers. You go down to Tampa, you're chilling, you win yourself the Stanley Cup. The fuck else you? I mean, it's just perfect, right? Like, go get your degree. It's awesome.
Go get your degree. Go talk to Evander Kane. Get all this shit figured out. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Help him out
We got to get motherfuckers saving money around here.
for sure.
But that's kind of the
Do you think that's going to play into his future as a potential executive?
probably.
You know,
Yeah,
understand a
I mean,
little bit
it
about the
looks
monies.
good, right?
Yeah.
Definitely understand how money moves around and shit. You know what I'm saying?
It would.
He's
have
gonna
a little
figure
bit
out how
more
screwed he's been, like his contracts for his whole career. He's gonna be like, wait a fucking minute, dude.
fire his agent. I mean, yeah. Look at Backstrom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No agent there.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts out. We kind of missed this too. It's good to touch on. You know, with him having that degree, gives him a little bit more legitimacy as a potential executive. Unlike our boy Justin Williams, dude, he just got hired by the Hurricanes
Bro,
and his
yeah.
advisor role. And my favorite thing, and it's an amazing move. It's whether it's a PR move or not. There's nothing wrong with him being a part of this management staff in any way. But my favorite thing is every interview with Don about it thus far has just been him throwing like these little subtle shots,
Yeah.
like he's just gonna be around, and I just want him to know like what kind of hell he put me through, and he was like just giving him shit. I love it, busting
dude.
his balls, dude.
I
So,
definitely love it.
I guess the most important thing about that is the fact that that is for sure mean he's not coming back to play this year, right?
Nah,
Wait
he's
till the playoffs.
Well,
He's gonna be sprinting down from the fucking press box, dude. It's gonna be like WWE, bro. Just running down the fucking. He jumps
Dude.
over. He doesn't have to jump over the glass now, dude. He just steps over the fucking wall behind the bench.
I gotta-
and
he
he's in
just
the fucking-
stormy rides down the rail.
I gotta repost a video, but fucking every time I try, it gets like fucking copyright claimed by Disney. But the fucking just like that Dean Portman scene in Mighty Ducks, dude, where he kicks the door open second intermission, and he's just like reading his scholarship out loud. Dude. It's Williams dead ass.
Did you guys see the new trailer for the new Mighty Ducks movie?
Whack. We
Haven't-
talked about this a while
haven't yet,
ago.
it's all right.
Whack.
I like the mom from Gilmore Girls is hot, so I'll watch.
There you go. Shouts out.
There you go.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out
facts.
to Gilmore Girls,
one of the
dude.
dudes from
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny. Yeah.
That's also
Fucking
facts.
Riley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
facts. I mean, my thing is like it's like it's a
Cash grab.
cash grab, but they're using
banking on
they're
nostalgia.
using a story that's over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they're spinning it way too hard. Where like
That
the
is
Ducks.
Disney's whole thing.
Welcome to Disney.
Look, that's Star Wars.
All right, so that's a perfect segue. Perfect segue. And Cody and I were talking about this. Disney though has low key been killing it. I mean, with
WandaVision's
the
fire.
but see, I guess let's take a step back and more put respect on like Kevin Feige and guys like
Favreau.
Thank you, John Favreau, and there's another one I'm forgetting too over there at with the Star Wars shit. They-
Filoni?
Dave Filoni. He's like, he's pretty much the new George. He's like the new George Lucas. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
In terms of bringing good Star Wars lore into the shit. But Disney has done a good job of curating these creators and bringing them in terms of like not letting someone else get them. That's where Disney's winning.
And they took that exclusive license away from EA too, which is
Facts. That's noise.
Huge.
Just noise.
huge for the video game side of things. We can get something that's not squadrons,
Yeah.
Fucking hate flying games.
But, I mean, it has a lot of potential though. But you're right.
No, like I played the whatever the big one was. Was it just like the first one? I think it was. It's just not my shit, man. Cannot get into
the
those.
Squadron and Rogue Squadron.
Yeah,
and all
Rogue
that
Squadron. I
stuff.
just can't get into like that.
I'm just bad at it. I'm
fair.
terrible.
It's because
at
it
those
doesn't
games.
work well on a controller, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just not
You
like.
need like a real setup for that shit.
Yeah,
Then I
it's
feel
not.
it'd be a
You're
lot of
like,
fun.
bro.
PC
I
Master
lost
Race.
him. I lost him.
But with that said, WandaVision is just it's so good. It's so good. Episode 5, just watched it. You two seen it. Thoughts on where we're at? Nothing.
I mean, the first thing I guess that we're talking about is the very end.
Right.
I mean, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Like, does
Spoiler
that,
alert.
Does that automatic? Well, yeah. Okay, so Evan Peters Quicksilver comes back.
The
from
Fox Quicksilver
movies.
gets inserted into the MCU. Jacob, have you seen Age of Ultron?
Nope. Wait. Yeah. Yes, I have.
So you know Scarlet Witch's brother,
Pietro
he gets got.
Yeah.
Quicksilver.
And
Very sad.
and that's kind of a big, not big part, but it's definitely part of Wanda's subconscious grief and everything that's going on with WandaVision. And MCU has just fucking pulled a rabbit out of the hat, and they've inserted the Evan Peters Quicksilver from the Fox movies
The
and
X-Men movies.
the X-Men movies, and they just put this motherfucker in the show on some like multi-universe, multiple realities.
Which really does like it. I mean, it makes sense, but it opens so many more questions, right?
Oh,
Because,
100%.
Because her character's not in any of the X-Men movies. Correct?
There's a really exactly.
Okay.
There's also a really good the way the timing works like really plays well into the whole thing. So Evan Peters' Quicksilver exists in the 80s, and we understand whether it's a different universe or not. We understand this to exist around like the mid 2000s,
that episode.
2010s.
Right.
But that episode is
Right.
set in the 80s, so it literally can work for that character's actual age in that universe and where he's been transplanted into this universe. It's just so smart. Like
Yeah.
it just they literally don't miss shit in terms of thinking of everything. They think of everything.
Well,
Good.
In the old X-Men movies, they find out that Magneto is their dad.
Right.
So now people are like freaking out of whether we're going to see Ian McKellen come into like that Magneto come into WandaVision.
Right.
Which I think Paul Bettany had said something about how that there's going to be a big twist at the end. Like he's really excited. There's a certain actor he's always wanted to work with, and I can't imagine that he was talking about Evan Peters. Like maybe,
Peters is good,
he's
but-
good, but it seems like the way Paul Bettany was talking about this actor was like, oh, I've learned so much. from
Probably
this
someone who's
person.
been knighted.
Yeah, exactly. so I'm hoping that leans into Ian McKellen and
Facts.
Magneto
Oh,
and
Gandalf.
the X-Men and fuck.
Probably Gandalf. No, it's wild, and the whole tease too with this show, and going back to even the comics, is that this was very likely gonna be how they introed the mutants into the MCU,
Right.
and we literally have one in the show.
Well, Weed and Speed and Wiccan or whatever the
Facts,
kids.
yeah.
Are,
But that's a little bit more like lore type shit. Like that's not confirmed within the show yet.
Right.
But that's definitely a thing.
So
facts.
has it been established where this takes place?
Oh,
in
dude, I can
relation
tell
to
you
the
anything you
movies?
want to know.
New Jersey.
So this
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is after Endgame.
Westview.
this is after Endgame.
Okay, okay.
Everyone's been snapped back. It's after Endgame for sure. It takes place in a town called Westview in the state of New Jersey. And basically, if you haven't figured it out yet, too bad. Wanda went and basically took over this whole town and has created a veil of. Well, if you're on the outside looking in, you can't tell what's going on. Everything just seems empty.
It just looks like a ghost town.
Right.
She broke in Stole Vision's dead body and brought him to this area.
And then reanimated him within this entire like dome of a reality that she's put over this town.
The
But
Hex.
by that effect, she's mind controlling everyone in the town, taking away their lives that they came from, just so she can have this artificial universe.
Okay.
And so it's if anything at this point in time, she's the villain.
Yeah.
Like, as of right now,
Yeah,
she's
oh, yeah.
kind of the villain, which is interesting because she was introduced to the MCU as a villain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And she had to be turned.
So it's all very, very interesting for sure.
It's been a great show, though. I didn't know how I felt about it for the first 3 episodes. It was good, but I was just like, it seems like an art project that's gone on for too long.
I feel that.
But then the 4th and 5th episode really brought it together.
My whole thing was like I definitely knew it was headed in this direction
Oh, yeah.
way before I got to those episodes. So like I could put up with those first 3 no problem because I'm just like it's a matter of time before this shit gets wild. And
Shouts
it's
out
wild.
Eric Voss for
Yeah.
for Josh and I watching all of his YouTube videos.
Yeah, no, shouts out New Rockstars, dude. They do a good job. I watched all their stuff too back when like Endgame was coming out and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They just do a great dive into the whole lore of it and help connect dots and stuff. And they point out so many good Easter eggs. So many Easter eggs. And that's part of the thing too. Like they just don't miss shit. They don't miss shit over there, dude. Big shouts out. Speaking of good shows, great shows, Attack on Titan should also be coming out this afternoon or this evening. I'll be watching that post Super Bowl. Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can't get into spoilers there because you haven't seen it.
I've not
Nobody doesn't
seen
watch
it.
it. Should watch it. You should watch it. It's good.
You should watch.
You should watch it. It's good. I'm not
Is that the one for me to watch, or yeah? if there's
I'm not
one
an anime
for me
guy.
To go into what is the one?
I'm not an anime guy.
Is it
Attack on
literally-
Titan is amazing.
This is literally the only anime I've ever watched.
What do
Same.
you guys watch it on?
Same.
What is it?
You can watch it on Hulu, but you can also watch it like on Funimation, Crunchyroll, any of that. It's literally worth it. I think you can get a Funimation account like for like first couple months free or some shit, like
Right.
trial and shit like that. You could burn through the whole season or
Might have
the
to
multiple
do that.
seasons. It's good. Watch whichever what you do, like the subs or the dubs. Pick one and stick to it. That's
yeah.
that's my only recommendation.
what
If
do you
you're-
guys do?
I personally like the subs more. That's how I started watching it, so that's just my
Subs is that
preference.
they speak Japanese and okay.
And gives you
So
the
you
English
need
subtitles.
subtitles.
In my
sense.
opinion, it has the voice acting's like you would think the
Right.
dubs would be better, but it's the dubs is a little bit more forced for the voice acting kind of shit. Like the emotions are harder because it's a very
Very
emotion
emotional
grabbing
show,
show.
yeah.
It's heavy. You would like it too, just for like the not like the violence, but like the effect the violence and gore has on the characters.
It's
and
all
the story.
very, very real and
Right.
not like I guess relatable.
Interesting.
But
This is very visceral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they bring you into these guys' lives enough to where when something happens to someone, you feel that shit.
Right.
And the subs for me has a much better, just better voice acting. That's just
It's just, I just always assume that's how the writers intended it.
facts.
To be.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
You know,
and I mean,
acted.
it's like he said, it's all very emotional. Like even to where like someone's just explaining a very basic thing to another character. There's just so much fucking emotion behind every line.
That's kind of anime though.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And just with the
Dramatic,
dubs and the most, from what I've seen,
Seems
like,
more Pokemon.
The most emotional scenes, it's just very like Pokemon-y for us, just motherfucker kind of reading it.
Right.
So
I'll
it's
have to
way
watch
more
the first-
authentic.
I'll probably watch the first 2 episodes both ways and figure out
Sure.
from there.
No facts. I mean, Meg and I at one point switched to the dubs because we couldn't find. There's a thing where like we couldn't find certain subs available or something, so we switched to the dubs. And that's how she started watching it. So we watched a bunch of it like that, and then it got to a point where we couldn't find more dubs. And I was like, "Go fuck yourself. We're going back to the subs. We got to watch this show."
One time I tried to do a rewatch with dubs, and it was just like
It just doesn't hit the same.
I just couldn't. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Takes you out of it.
Takes you out of it.
Because like the one thing is, if you're doing it with subs, you have to actually fucking watch it. You got to read the motherfuckers with dubs.
Right.
Like if you glance at your phone, go grab a drink or whatever. But like, yeah, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, the subs make you pay more attention.
Yeah.
The su- yeah. I mean, which is also important with like everything going on in the story.
How good is it getting?
Oh my god! So I am on episode 5
Okay.
of season 4. Oh my god!
And you haven't even hit the climax just yet. You're getting there.
Oh yeah, I feel so close.
Yeah, it's
But-
because and you see what I was talking about in terms of like not filler, but like they really take their time drawing out this next part because there's a bit of a there's a bit of a time
it's
jump.
not filler at all. Like the beginning of season 4 just really gives you a lot of broad perspective on everything
that you
going
just
on
didn't know before.
that you wouldn't even have thought of before.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so
It's
good.
awesome.
Is Attack on Titan the one that's kind of got some very vaguely like anti-Semitic overtones?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah, there definitely is an underlying. If you never made that connection, you're a goof.
Well, I mean, that's very. There's definitely like sort of
There's a bunch of different
racial
ones.
discrimination, dictatorship
Right.
type.
But we're still
Parallel
talking about
to
like
Nazi
internment
Germany type of
zones and things like that. So definitely, absolutely, but you could draw parallels to all kinds of shit. You could,
Right.
you could
Yeah.
from like with Japanese Americans during World War II. Here, there's a lot of different parallels, but 100%.
Interesting.
It has
That's definitely a big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
absolutely. And the way they play with that too, at a point like where you kind of are now, the way they play with who's in the right and why is this way type of shit, they really fuck with you on the sympathy of both sides, and it's really good. It's really fucking good.
Empire did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but there's definitely no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no Nazi apologist stuff going on. It's not like that, but they definitely play with the emotions of what's right and wrong, for sure. Yeah, boys, girls, did we do it?
Did we do it?
Did we do it?
Did
I think we did.
we
Is that
do it?
100?
do it, dude? Is that the full
That's
100?
whole 100.
Dude, Josh and I have been popping off on Warzone again, though, dude.
Yo, Jacob's been popping off on Warzone, dude. My man's is cracked out here. This dude
Going for it, dog.
Jacob drops 17 into duos.
It's facts,
that's like
bro.
that's like 20% of the lobby.
Yeah.
Cuz
Yeah.
save some pussy
I
for the
was
rest
going
of
off,
us.
dude. Going off. Chase had 1 kill. Chase, step your game
He had
up.
2.
He had 1.
I'll give him credit. He had 2.
He had 1, I swear to
seen
God.
I seen this. It was a
swear-
screenshot on baby. He had 2.
He had 1. We had 18 total kills. He had 1 kill, 1,500
You had 19
damage.
total. I swear to God.
I swear to God. It was 1, bro.
I'm gonna give
check the
Chase
stats.
every bit of credit, dude.
Nah,
He had
even
2.
Chase said he had 1.
Man, my man's is just doing himself dirty.
I just had 1 kill.
You couldn't even just like humor him right now and say he had 2 though, because it
He
still
had
doesn't
no
take away
kills.
from your
He had-
17.
He had no kills, actually. There was one guy down near the end. I was like, yo, Chase, take that one, bro.
hold my light work.
I was like, yo, I'm on to the next one. You take care of what's back
I was
there.
talking about with Cody, like the game is the most balanced.
Oh,
like,
it's the
weapon
most
or-
fun. It's
It is.
been
and-
very long, like ever. Really.
Yeah, you still get like if you get shit on, you still have those paranoid feelings of is this guy hacking or not. But you know, it's less of a problem seemingly when you're
And,
playing.
Like recently, they moved everything over to Ravens handling all of it now. I guess Activision's kind of stepped back from it, and they were starting to get the M16 and the AUG, both the 3 burst guns. It was kind of starting to go to that.
They're
Kind of
becoming
like
meta.
the DMR route where people were finding out like, man, this thing bops like from a distance. Like you keep getting kills further and further out, and you start figuring out like, man, you can kill somebody fucking real far away. And Raven, like before it even like broke into
Before
that,
Nick Merckx can make a YouTube video.
yeah, they stepped in and they've already nerfed both of them back like to the point where they're still they're usable, but they're not going to be that OP thing that
That's how it should
you've
be.
seen. Yeah, you would hope that they pay attention more. They fixed some glitches that were annoying with the Cold War.
I'll tell you what though, I don't want them to get too involved because every time I turn on my computer, it's gonna be 15 gig update this, 15 gig
for
update
real.
that,
For
just so they
real,
can
though.
nerf one gun.
For real, the update gave me the fucking Xbox One version of the shit. I had to
Yo,
download the entire
I was
fucking
crying.
game.
He fucking updated, but it was Cold War though for the new
Yeah,
zombies
Cold
map.
War, yeah,
he
yeah.
downloaded fucking Cold War update because they added a new zombies map,
And some other shit. but-
other shit. But it downloaded the Xbox One because he's got the new Xbox. It downloaded the Xbox One version of the game.
Which I don't even
Can it
understand
even
how
run?
that happened.
Yeah.
Well, it can run. I just don't. It's just the Xbox One version. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't
Fucking
be
hilarious.
They have a Series X that's beefed up for it, so I had to fucking download it. The game was so big, it wouldn't. I had to put it on like external drive shit I've got.
Jesus.
Delete, and just to make sure it didn't delete like any of my profile save shit, I had to then delete the old version of it and move it all to the like regular Xbox.
Do you hear this,
Big old
Treyarch?
fucking around,
Do you hear
dude.
this? This
Big
is
old
your
fucking
game.
around.
I want to get a new map.
And then, dude, when I first logged in, it was telling me I didn't even own the game. I was like, dog, I downloaded this whole thing. It would only take me to a purchase screen, and there was like one fucking
So good.
like content pack thing I hadn't downloaded.
So
That's
fucking
like
funny.
the classic video game shit, like where we are now with just like, you know, you're paying for this AAA game and it just fucks with you. Yeah. They're just
oh, you
rubbing
want to
their,
enjoy this?
they're just rubbing their nipples, dude. They're the spectrum of fucking video game developers.
It's just
dude.
like how fucking that big Cyberpunk update that came out actually made the game run
Broke
worse.
everything.
Yeah.
on PC and Xbox.
People have just been getting shit on by developers. I love it.
It seems like PlayStation is finally running, you know, stable on PlayStation.
That's
but
good.
I don't have a fucking PlayStation. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
Facts. Facts.
Been too hyped for that shit. Fix it.
Jacob,
What's up, dog?
where can they get us if they want to drop in? If they want to fucking play some EFT? They want to fucking fuck with some music? If they want to fucking talk some hockey? Where can they get us?
If you want to get as good as our buddy Adam at EFT, dude, you got to hit us up at Talkin' Sauce Pod. No
goat.
underscore.
Tarkov
Respect
goat.
the underscore. If you're listening, please check out our YouTube. Like, subscribe. We
Do
put
that,
out the
do
Scrum every Wednesday.
Do that.
If you're watching, go listen.
Do
Spotify,
that. Do
Apple
that.
Music, maybe. Who knows if Apple's putting their shit up anymore? Google Podcast, all of it. You can get me at JCobb, JAY_COBBB, Josh.
Give me a TBCAB, ZZ.
Cody.
I'm here, guys. At CD_2187.
Respect the underscore Dylan.
Find me on Twitter at DEddieT. That's D_EDDY_T.